we are actually using the same link every time. So if you don't see me sending the link, you actually should use the previous week's link. Should also be able to come in, okay?
Yeah, sorry, because my Wi-Fi wasn't working, so I had to connect to another one.
Yeah, no problem. Now, today we are going to work on the two-dimensional array. But before that, I would like to talk about the homework. Chapter 15's homework. There's a problem called this one. It's problem 3. I would say this one, I would say none of you actually work on it in the correct way, okay? There are a few problems that I would like to talk about. So before we go into the two-dimensional array, let me talk about this first, okay? Number 1, this one is a array list of person. Okay, this one is a array list of person, and then you need to maintain some sort of a database for the array list of person. So you want you to build a array list of person and then repeatedly ask user to either add name, remove name, so change name of each. These things are the user interface. User use it to actually modify the array list. So basically, first thing you need to build your database. So database. So the database itself is a array list. And then you need to have a program. We call it text user interface, TUI, okay. TUI is compared with the graphic user interface, GUI. So you need to design a user interface that can access and change the database. So that's the idea. Before you do anything, you need to do that. So this one, you need to design a person class. And then there's a program you need to write. Write a program here, write a program. So this a person and this a program. Do they have to be in the same class or no? Instant, do they have to be in the same class or no?
It can be.
There's no need that you put them into one class. So basically, this one is your data class. Then you should have a main program. That's a write a program. That's a main program that actually is testing it. We talked about it before. You actually can test this data class. Okay, so this one can be a separate class. And then you need to modularize this program as well. And one more thing you need to take care of is right here. It actually is that when user finish the program, sort the program by age. So you keep adding the program, the person into the class, the database. But eventually you need to sort it by age. And also not using the compare to function. Will not use the compare to function. Okay, and compare to will sort it by name. So basically, you need to sort by age. And when you sort by age, not using the compare to function. But when you compare to function, actually, they talk about it right here. The compare to function should be, the compare to function should be compared to a person, and that compare to should be comparing the name. So when you do sorted, you cannot use the compare to function to do compare. So some of you actually make it wrong. Some of you actually, I don't know, the whole program structure is not good. Here I have, this one is Harrison's program. A few things I would like to talk about. Number 1, put in the main program right here. Harrison, when did I teach you to put the main program just under the data field?
You didn't, but like I always code it like that. Like I
Why
type
you
in,
always call this?
cause like from like the beginning of like learning Java, we do like the main first. So like I just like
Who say
always do
that?
that.
Who say that?
Before we did like other like
Which one?
methods.
Which course teach you that?
No course.
No course, so that's actually not a good habit. And that's not only you. I see many students did the same thing. Not only you. I should emphasize this is not only you. Many of you, I would say almost everyone. What we teach you is that you put the data field constructor, setter and getter together because these are instance data fields. So we always put the so-called instance method and instance data field first. Because when you create object, those are your data classes object. And if you mix the static program in there, you actually got mixed up. This one is a class function. It's actually static, it's a class function. You mess up with your constructor and your get names, set names. So now that's not a good habit, okay? That's not a good habit. Second problem is like right here. Why are you using this one without type?
I just create a new one so I could
Who
use
teach
this
you
again.
this? Who teach you this?
No one.
No one? Okay, that's a problem. I'm not picky on, just picky on you. Let me show you. Let me show another student. Let me pick a distance. I'm sorry. I'm not picky on both of you. I'm just using them as an example. Having the same problem. He did not put the main program on top. That's actually okay. But right here, why? If this happened to one person, that's actually possible. But how come that the second person happened to do the same thing? And then let's pick another one. Let me pick John. And there are two students did not submit the homework. Okay, one more time. Same thing. Everybody are putting in the same way. Why? There got to be a reason why. If you tell me that nobody referred to the AI or the online resource, I cannot believe it. How come this happens to three per people at the same time and write it in the same way? That's the problem, okay? I have to emphasize one more time. Try not to refer to AI or online resource because if you do that, you will lose your opportunity to learn. Okay? You lose your opportunity to learn. Eventually, say maybe 10 years later, you actually are much better in coding. You want to refer to AI to increase your productivity. That's fine, okay? Nobody actually care. But at this moment, you need to stick to something that actually would help you to learn more. Okay?
Mine, wait, can I explain why mine has curly bracket?
What?
Can I explain why mine has a bracket?
Yeah.
Because I did a lot of like coding and I use IntelliJ, and then they give you like a typecast warning if you don't put that in. So
Yeah, but what does this really mean?
typecasting.
Typecasting?
Typecasting, yeah.
Yeah. But what that really mean? What that typecasting really mean?
If you put person in the genetic first arrayless person, then you can put like you have to like put that into to make like the typecasting, but I don't exactly know why.
Yeah, but this one is legal actually, but why you need to do this for typecasting? They got a reason. When you use it, you need to know why you want to do it. So let me actually tell you one thing. Okay, let's don't talk about this person one. We are actually discussing technically. So let's actually look at a program. Let's call it test. So you say integer a equals 3. Okay, and then you can print it out. That actually is fine. But can you do this? Can you do bar b equals 4? Can you do that?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
The answer is yes. This one in the newer Java is actually okay. Can you put the bar over here? Can you do like bar here? Can you?
Oh yeah.
This one's no. You cannot put it here. This one is actually an instance variable. You cannot use it over here. This one is local variable. It's actually in the stack. So it is okay. So the difference between you use the int and you use the var is at the runtime, the var need to determine which type it is. It may be integer, maybe it's double. Just like JavaScript, at the runtime, you determine what type of data it is. And that is called the so-called typecasting. So at the runtime, you see right here, that the var is not allowed here. Okay? We teach you to use BlueJ. There is a reason. Want you to pick up the language. Okay, it's okay if you really are good in IntelliJ, I don't care. But if you just want to rely on tool and you don't know what is going on, that's not learning. Okay? I didn't say that you cannot use IntelliJ. It's okay you use IntelliJ, but you have to know what are you doing. Otherwise, garbage in, garbage out. That's the wrong way to do coding. This one var is a new mechanism. So in Java 8, there is no such thing as bar. It's maybe Java 10 or Java 11 start to have it. But when you take AP course, AP only tests you on Java 8. So if you are in the AP exam, you write bar, you are in big trouble. They will deduct you points. That's why we don't tell you to do this. We don't teach you this. Not because that the compiler doesn't accept it, but because when you go to the exam, you will be in trouble. We try to avoid the trouble for you. Okay? Hear me?
Yeah.
They only test on Java 8. Okay? But this one at the wrong time, bar is acceptable by the newer version of the Java. But if you write it in the exam, you are in big trouble. Same thing for switch statements. You have a switch, this one can return some value, not only the switch over the value, but it will return something. And I told you, some of you already use it. I told you not to use it. Not because it's wrong, it's actually correct. But again, they are not Java 8 syntax. So when you go to the AP exam, you got a big cross. They'll cross you got deduction. 这样 is okay so far?
Yeah.
In a way, I am not trying to give you trouble or give you a headache, but just let you know that try to avoid trouble, okay? Especially this exam is AP exam. You have to stick with the version that supported by the exam, okay? There are newer features later when you graduate, you want to do whatever, nobody care. And you're supposed to learn the newest thing, no problem. Right here, this var thing, and the one that we talk about right here, this release without type, the auto casting one, they are of the same thing because at the runtime, right here, you do not specify the type. So at the runtime, compiler need to determine the type for you. So this means the extra CPU time to determine it. So this one, even the efficiency is not good. It is convenient to write it, but actually it's not a good performance program. Okay? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So actually he used this casting. So whatever. Now go back to this one. That's one thing I would like to talk about, okay? So remember these var things, do not use it. Okay, second, that's the first thing I would like to talk about is like in AP, at least before the AP exam, you should stick with the one that we are using or AP College Board is using. You write outside of it, you are in big trouble, okay? You will be in big trouble. Okay, next one. Here it gives you the UML. So they want you to build a class or person. So you just do that. When you try to write this program, you just do this. We are on object-oriented programming. So you actually build your class first. So let's just do a class. Okay, I don't have that much time, so I'm going to copy something from some of the students. Let me get it from someone. Okay, I don't know whose this one is, but let me copy. I'm going to simplify. Okay. So when you do object-oriented programming, one purpose for each class. One purpose for each class. This one you want it to be a person class. You just do it for a person only. So the main program take out. This is 5% takeout. So remember, put your instance data field right here, constructor, getter, setters, toString, okay? This one, maybe I deleted, but there is a compare to function you need to implement. So let's put the compare to here. So this compare to function, you want to use it for sorting. It must return integer. It's not return true or false. It actually need to be returning integer. Okay, this person, I don't know who, but doesn't have this function. Anyway, here we have a person you want to compare, and according to the problem statement, it wants you to implement the comparison for the names. So that's implemented for the names. So bigger than, you return 1, that's then you return -1, otherwise you return 0. That means you are equal. So this is comparative function, what you need to implement. That's comparative function. Any questions so far?
No.
So if you want to make this this one actually you want to make this person can be using the compare to function using the sorting algorithm, then you need to do increments. Comparable for person. You need to implement this one. Right here, if you don't write it, it is okay when you call the compare to function, but when you call the standard function, it will not work. It will not work, okay? So let's see, that's actually right here, okay. Now that's actually, this one that's actually, before we write the main program, let's actually use a test person to test it. Okay, let me use an array, okay? Let me use array. So we do a person array p list equals to
Dr. Chow,
hmm?
for our resubmit, do we also have to like have a test percent file, or can we just write it in the same file?
Up to you.
Okay.
But my first statement I talk about is try to have only one purpose for each class. even though it is okay that you put a lot of things in the same class, but we do encourage people to use one person, one mission, one purpose for each class. So we do have this person array, okay? So if you call this a sorting, okay? Now it is sorting. Actually, it's a CDE sorting. So when you call the sorting algorithm using arrays, that's sort. Okay, this problem doesn't need you to do that, but when you do the sorting, you actually need to have the comparative function, and the comparative function the person need to implement comparable to the person. Then this one here is okay. Now, let's take away this implementing person. We keep this first comparative function. It's wrong. You can't do it. It must be implement the comparable person. Otherwise, it won't work. You are using the array, using this. If you don't have this one, you cannot use the sorting algorithm from the so-called utility functions. The arrays from the arrays that sorting you cannot use it. Array is the same thing. You cannot do it that way. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Now let's load it to the array list. Let me actually comment out these two things. I try to use array just to show you when array what the sorting can do. The reason why I don't tell you not to use this one, because you do typecasting and you want to use that for sorting. That sorting the type of the person need to implement the comparable. You are putting yourself in big trouble. So you only use something that you do know. Do not use something you don't know. Unless that you know it well, otherwise don't use it. That's the principle of coding. Okay, if you are using the array list, the sorting is not called arrays. You got to use a collections that sort. No suitable constructors. program. Let me turn this on. No pseudo constructor. The released of person. Oh, we need to load the previous. I'm sorry, I had a typo. Okay, sorry for that. So this one is just to show you that when you do sorting for array list, you need to use the collections to do sorting. Okay, up to here. This test person actually is just to make sure that your constructor everything work well and they can be tested. Okay, and also making sure your compare to function is working. So up to that, we can say that this person class is okay so far. Okay, so this person is okay so far. Now we go back to read right here. You need to write a program that actually create this person and repeatedly asking user to do the following things. You have 4 functions: add, remove, change, and finish. So this one is called okay, user interface for person. So let me call it user person. Let me move it. So object-oriented programming, you actually design the class and then you test it. Now, this one is your main program. You also want to use it to drive your program. Okay, so this main program is actually let's delete it. Okay, this main program actually is to implement this loop for these different features. So you need to echo this and then get data and then multiply your database until you have a F. Okay. So this one public static void name string never ARGS. So this one apparently you will need to write a while loop or a do while loop in order to do it. Okay. So right here we want to use a while loop. Do while loop is better, but because most students in AP is using the while loop, so we'll demonstrate using the while loop. So you can have a variable called done, and while not done, you do the following thing. Okay. So outside, you also want to set up your scanner. After that, you actually have the main loop, and this main loop will be actually providing the question every time. The question is add, remove, change, or finish. Okay, so this one is what they want. Okay, so you actually get these, and then you will actually get input. So let's do string line equals input at this line. To avoid problem, we don't use the next. We use the next line. Okay. And then if line dot length less than 1, let's say equal 0. So if you are empty, you rule out it, so you do continue. So continue means that you will loop back and X again. Okay. This one is not required by the question, but if you want to implement, it's okay. So before we enter the question, continue, you would do system.out of clean line. And you will say empty input. Okay. Okay, so this one you actually is if your input is that's 0, you will do that. If it is greater than 1, then you will say it's wrong input. So anything else would be only 1. So after this point, it is only 1 character. So you do char comment equals line dot char at the 0. Okay, so you will get the comment. Now you have 4 possible comment now, A, R, C, F. Okay. So again, let's be safe. So let's see. This is not required, but if you actually check the comment, and the comment is not one of the ARCF, then you will echo no such comment, and you will get out. Okay, and then if okay, if comment is equals F, then we do done equal true and get out. So far we haven't added database yet, but let's do up to here. Okay, so F you will quit. A will continue, but do something, okay? E will be no such comments. Wrong length, no length. Is that okay? So this one just to tell you how you build up the this kind of user interface step by step. First step, sketch your overall structure for the input system, making sure that your wrong cases are handled. Wrong cases including length not equal 0, not equals 1, length greater than 1, and also not the right comment. These are different ones. And also when you get down, you actually comment equals F, then you get out. So far, okay?
Yeah.
Next one, you go into the so-called for function, add a person, remove a person, and change the age. 3 possible functions. Okay, add a person, remove a person, and then check everything. So you want to maintain a people list. So right here, you have to create a array list. Okay, at this time, it actually is empty right here. Okay, it's empty, but you are going to maintain this this one right now. Okay, so now let's do for functions. So if command equals add. Okay, so there are 3 functions you need to write. So the main program up to here is actually okay so far. Then you actually need to do this one actually is add person, remove person, change person. So these are actually 3 operations for your P list. Okay, 3 operations for your P list. Do not put them into your person. Person is only one person. Here you are actually maintaining for the P list. Okay, there are 2 ways you can do it. You can have a separate array list person class, or you can just use a static function to do it. But right here, we prefer to use a static function to do it. Okay. So right here, that's when you finish it, right here, you can do, no, let's do this. In order to use the same input system, we may also want to put the input there. Okay, at the end, you close your input. Okay, here might need to have some sorting right here. The main program right here may still need to do sorting. But put a mark there. You may need to do sorting right there. But anyway, you will have the add person, remove person, and change person you need to do. Okay, go up to here. Now let's do add person. Okay, so you have the list and you want to actually do this. Now, let's actually go back to the system. Right here, what they want you to do is when you have the add, you need to enter name and age. Okay, this one also need to check if they are digits for it. Okay, they are numbers for it. So you need to prevent that from being wrong. Okay, so need to enter name and enter age. So right here, okay. And then the next one it actually is you will need to deal with the numbers and need to prevent it from being wrong. So you got to actually deal with the numbers. So you need to use a try catch. So right here, you want to have the variable. So here integer age equals 0, okay? So you pass the number as the integer. If it's wrong, you will actually give them the error message. This one, I think in the past, we actually teach you already. Right? Here, just because the program get bigger, I still need to teach you how to put them together. So far, okay? You got your name, you get your age. Okay, if the age is wrong, you actually get this. Okay, and then this one, you finish, you will return. Means this add person failed. You are not going to get the name and then get out because you return because you will go into. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. You need to get the age again. Okay, I'm sorry. So it's not returned. It's not returned. No. Okay, let's do while done as well. Okay. So let's do boolean. So your done equal true. You actually right here. If you get the right number, your done is true. Otherwise, you will look back until you actually get the right digit. So this one is validation of the loop. We talked about it before, okay? But right here, we just use it one more time. You need to put them together, okay? So you continue to add age, whatever, okay, now. So this, I think this one's up to here. Your data of your age and name are prepared. Now it's time for you to create. After this, you are okay to add the person now. So we do person. So you add the person into the list. So this one will be your add person. So be modularized. So your main program do not have to be like some other student that you write a lot of code in one same loop. It's very difficult for you to debug later, okay? Now this one, actually, you want to remove, you actually want to use the name and age to do delete. Okay, so this one, since you actually enter that, so you can pretty much use the same function that you get for the a person for the remove. Okay, so the name and age, actually, after you finish this portion is okay. So right here, you have a person, you don't add, you will remove object. That's it. Okay, so right here, if you want to put these two in one function called prepare data, then it's okay, since these two actually share the same code. So if you want to put this into a function called prepare data, and you return a person, that actually is fine. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. This is not necessary, but I'm just showing you if you want to do it, you can do it in this way. Okay, so this portion is the same, so let's actually copy them to here. Okay. Okay, so you create that person and then you will return it. And then your add person, now you don't need to actually repeat this code. So this portion, let me do it, let me comment them out. Okay, I'll delete it later. At this moment, that's actually just comment it out. So we actually share the same input part. Okay. Same thing for remove person. Try to modulate your code, possible, okay? Okay, now we do have the add and remove now. So the change person right now, we don't have it. So actually that's committed out. Okay, that's committed out. But at this moment, we want to test it. So let's do testing. I'm teaching you how to systematically develop a bigger program, okay? So let's do Joe, who are, okay, change 24, okay? And then let's do this one called, let's add another one, okay? Let's add the Douglas. So here it actually may accept the lowercase. It's okay. We later would change it to the lowercase as add the lowercase as well, okay? It's just ignore the case. So that don't worry about that right now, okay? Okay, anyway, let's finish it. So when you finish it, you do print out this. So it's okay. The testing so far okay. Since the testing is okay, it's time for us to remove the code that is redundant. So let's cut this part out. So you see a person only down to 2 lines of code. Remove person also down to 2 lines of code. Now we are going to the third one. That's actually change person. So change person, let's see, let's look at okay, so there maybe is R. The R maybe is missing. Okay. If missing, you say that Josephine not in the list. Okay, let's do this. So the R person, you do remove this. So we do E. The remove function, when you remove object, it will be true or false. It will be true or false. So when you remove fail, it will give you a false. Okay, it will give you a false. Then you will print out the name is not in the list. The person is not in the list. So let's try, okay, let's try again. So there's a Josephine, let's actually try again. Okay, I enter two per people. And let's remove. So this one need to be used before getting the age. Okay, whatever. Okay, so that one actually slightly different from the one. So you do not enter your age then. Okay. So this one later we can change it. Okay, right now it's just keep it right here. We want to finish the code first. So look like the requirement by this problem is slightly different. Okay. So when you do remove, if you successfully remove a person, you remove it. Okay, so let's do it. So let's do it right here. Okay, now this one actually your person. So this prepared person actually, if you want to do not enter the age, you have to modify it right here. Okay, we'll do it later. Now let's finish the program first. We will actually go to there later. So that one is this one. A, okay, A also need to check if the name already in the list or not. Then if not, you actually okay, this one actually is extra as well. You need to handle this as well. Okay, let's do it later as well. Okay, now let's work on the change first. So if the change, you actually change your name and the age, they don't ask for age, but they will actually directly update the age. Okay, so this one, because you want to change, so you do need to check if a person exists or not. Okay, if the person exists or not. So let's actually go to here. After the name, we need to do something. Okay, after the name, we need to do something. Okay. So this one you will find a person or not. Okay. Okay. So this one, okay, if not finding the person, you will return null. Okay, you will return null. So let's see. No. Here actually, okay, if not found, then you actually will return. No, okay, no, this one not yet. Here you should also have another one that's called Boolean add. Okay, that's don't call it add, let's call it remove. So if not found and it also is removed. Sorry. If not found, it's also removed. That means you don't find it and there's no such person in the list and you try to remove it. In that case, when you do remove, and then okay, so this one, remove. I'm sorry. Okay, let's change it to this way. If the person you prepare is a null, then you actually if the person is a null, then you will say, well, you return a person. Prepare person, it would return the person. Oh, here it actually should be remove mode should be true. Okay, it should be true. And then if it is remove mode and then the person is null, then we will say it actually is not in the list. Otherwise, the person got repaired and we will remove them. That means that the person is in the list, we will remove it. Okay, this one, okay. So this one, it is add a person, then here we are going to do, this one is false. It's not remove mode, so this one is actually edit mode or change mode, okay? So this one, we will add in, it will return a person. Okay, if you add a person and then if it's null, you will actually add it. Okay, no problem. So No. Let's see. This one. Okay, this one we will say if it's this one if it's actually remove mode and not found, you will return null. Okay, so if we find and remove and then not remove, you will also return null. Wait, no. This one large is low. This one no. Going back. So here you may have a situation that you add a person, okay, and you may add, but that already in the list. Okay, if you add already in the list. So this one you use the so-called to remove, actually not going to work. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's change it. I change it to integer mode. Okay, so remove mode, let's actually change it to mode equals 2. Equals 1. 1 is remove mode. Okay, remove mode, you do this. So now this one is you want to add the data, but you already in there. So if found and the mode equals 0. Okay, this one is add, but it is this one is remove, but not this. Either way, you are going to return null. Okay, you want to add, but the data already exists. You will return. Okay, so let's go back to the person. A person. So a person, if you got a null, so this one you put in, this one's edit mode, this one's remove mode. Okay, you want to check your person, put it right here. If it is equal null, okay, this time it equal null means it already in the list. So let's actually change the message. So this one is already in the list. You don't update it, okay? You don't create a new person. So put it right here. Okay, so if it's equal null, you actually print it right here. You need to do return. You no longer edit. So this one remove the same thing. You actually print out not in the list, and you also do return. You don't no longer to remove it. Okay. Now third mode you want to change. Okay, let me remove these extra comments for remove person. Just keep the codes lead. Don't try to put your code to be too messy. Otherwise, your code will become unmanageable. Okay, so prepare a person. Now we add a mode to it. There's a mode 1, mode 0. Now there's another one that actually is change. Change if you which will create trouble. If the person already in there, it's no problem. Now you may have the not function and the mode that equals 2. This one will also return null. This one change but not found. Okay. Otherwise, it will actually change the person's data. Okay, so changing the person data is easier. Let's actually look at it. So it is very similar to add person. So let's copy this add person to change person. So this is mode 2, okay? Mode 2 is newer than actually this one is not in the list. Okay. Now, next one, you want to change the person with the name and the age. We using the PP is the new data. Okay, so you got a person, but your P list need to go through every person and then change the data. So you need to use a photo. Okay, the name is the same as the person. Then you get that person and then you set the age for that person. You need to use p.get age. Okay, any questions so far? Hello?
No.
So this is change person. Now we need to add the change person into it. So we handle the, okay, after the update, you need to also print it. Okay, also print it. So when you have a change, now you need to print. not statement. Oh, right here, I'm missing the parentheses. Okay. So add person, remove person, they are all okay now. So right here, change to uppercase, okay? Then you will, oh no, you cannot do that. Sorry. You have to do filter uppercase of this. Okay, then your lowercase problem had been solved. This one is not that essential, but before we get out, we actually would like to handle it as well. Okay. Now let's check what we have. Okay, we haven't done the sorting part yet, but sorting after sorting, you still need to put this. So you see, this problem is quite huge. The reason why I want to cover it because this one really is a good, very good exercise. Give you the detail of how to develop bigger programs. Okay. Let's see. Now let's check the data before we do sorting. So when you do checking, you also need to do step by step. Okay, just like this. Oh, no. Okay. Okay. It actually had the trouble when we add a person that already in the list. When we add person that actually already in the list, it actually creates trouble. Let's go back, okay? So add a person mode equal 0, mode equal 0, change is 2. So add a person that already is here. Okay. Here is actually P is a P equals null. P equals null. So this one it actually create trouble because of this. Okay. If this is the case that you actually cannot do the name right here, let's actually move it to, let's cut. So this one, before it return null, let's do it here. This is an error we found, okay? But it's okay. So let's don't use this. to using name. You will still return null, but you will not use that name to do it. Okay. So let's check the other one. So this person already in addition, this will create the same trouble. Let's cut it. Go back to the change mode here. To the change. Okay, so these two, we actually figure them out. Now let's check the DD one. DD one not found more because okay, you actually go there and then you remove. So you remove person, this one come null, you are also in trouble. So this one can also cannot, you cannot print it here. So when you return null, you cannot print out the name as well. So this one also. That's wrong. Okay. Go back to here. Change your code step by step. Keep checking your code. Okay. Now let's do one more time. I directly enter the H. I don't want to get the error, okay? Okay, this one successfully detected, okay? Okay, just a vanilla in there. This one want to remove Douglas. You don't need to add for age, but you still ask for the age. That's actually one extra things that we need to do, okay? Don't worry, we will handle it. Okay, so now the problem is remove with X for age. Okay, remove with X for the age. Let's see. Remove with X for the age. Remove and found the remove and found, we already find it. If a mode equal 1, if not found, will return a person. Okay, right here, let's do it this way, okay? So right here, we do have the found and then mode 1. So right here, let's add another one, okay? Let's add if found and the mode equals 1. Okay, that's actually written. New person, this new person, we use the name and 0 for it, okay? The age doesn't matter because we just want to have the name. Now let's go to the remove person. So when you do remove person right now, you actually do not remove the person, just do not remove the person just because you actually have that. So you had a person, you cannot directly remove them now. So, okay, you will remove it. It's okay. You will remove it. Remove person. You prepare the data. Okay, and right here, okay, we haven't removed it yet. Yeah, okay. So right here, we are going to do remove. So do for integer I equal 0, I less than p is the size I increased. Okay, if not new, so you actually get it here. Okay, so here let's do this. Here let's do have a integer index equals -1. So right here, index equals I, and then you will use a remove index. So P is that remove I, you remove the index. Okay. So the age will not be used because if you remove and found equals 1, you already return. You will not go to the asking for the age part. Okay, let's actually do a final testing. Let me see. Remove I. Oh, index. Index. Okay, now let's do another round of the testing. Okay. Now everything is fine now. Docker script removed. Now you need to sort it by age. Now let's go back to sort it by age. Sort it by age. If we want to do, let's see, this one is committed now. No, let's print it later. If we want to use the compare to function, if we want to use a compare to function to sort it, then we need to rewrite the compare to function. Okay, so let's use the compare to function to sort it first. Let's rewrite it. Okay, so we actually have this one to be sorted. Now go back to the use person. Use person, okay, it requires us not to use the compare to sorting, but here we just want to see if the sorting is working. So let's do collections that sort on your P and then system that out line your P. No, let's do it. Let's do the way that printing like this, okay? So let's do use a function to do it. Let's write a function to do printed part. Okay. Okay, let's see. I show you this example step by step, just to want you to really learn the whole process. Okay, this one involve a lot of things. Your overall program structure, print out of the list, enter different enter mode, also validation of the input, also bypass the wrong cases, several things. We are writing big program right now. You have to be able to handle this kind of bigger programs. One more time. One more time, we are going to write the sorting part. Sorting is a separate issue, so basically you can write any sorting algorithm. And we haven't teach the sorting part yet, but we do will use the one that we teach using the arrays to do sorting. How comes there's no Joe? Did I enter Joe? Oh, when I enter Joe, Joe actually has a wrong input. How comes that Joe has a wrong input? Okay, I see. Right here, okay, right here, let's do it. I know where it went wrong. Right here, this, but like this right here, I need to do 3. Okay, because if my egg has a space, that will be in trouble. So this one, remove extra space. Okay. You know, these are minor things, but still need to be careful, okay? So need to have patience. It's easy to get wrong somewhere, but you need to always okay. I think this part is okay, okay? Let's actually just type in a few person, okay? Let me type in the beans as well. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, that's a finish. And allow sorting to do the job. Okay, so it actually working fine. Sorting part, I think also working. Now, no. That's actually working on the sorting by head. So far we are relying on a compare to do compare. So is there a way that we can combine the compare to using the name or the age? Yeah, it's possible. So let's do this. Okay, let's do this. Let's actually right here. Let's have a static variable. Let's do static variable. Integer mode. That is mode. Big mode equals 0. Okay. So right here. If a mode equals 0, we'll do this. Mode not equal 0, we will do this. Then you should be able to either compare age or compare the name either way. Okay, let's remove this one now. So you still can rely on the sorting algorithm, but you can have the mode sort in different way for you. Okay, let's go to the main program to test it right here. So here, let's see, this one should be person mode equal 0. And you do sorting. You change the mode to be 1. It's a static variable. So static variables is used in this situation. You can do configuration for your class. making sure your class can work in a different way. Okay, so that actually is a configuration for your class. Now still that's actually right now that's still enter the 3 people. Okay. Any questions so far?
No.
Any questions so far? So I demonstrate the sorting. It's not required, but I just want to show you how to customize your compare to be able to accommodate both cases. You can use a state variable to solve the problem to make sure your sorting can be done for both. Now, if you don't have the compare to function that you can use, then you need to do sorting by yourself. Let's do it. I don't teach you any sorting algorithm yet. So right here, we are going to use the one that we teach last time, just to compare and insert. So we basically use whatever technique we have learned so far. You get a person from the list, and then you actually would go all the way integer p equals 0, while p less than x is the size. Okay, and p dot age is greater or equal to is a person x reached that age p. I'm sorry, let's use the index I. So you stop until your p is less than at least the get I, okay, and you will be inserting there. So p or private, okay, so you cannot use age, you have to use age. Let's take out the equal, okay? Equal just matter that who would be in front when who value are the same. And once you are done, this should be I, no, this should be I integer, I. Then you would do at least that at I for you. Okay, so these two model, okay, that's actually do sorting. Let's do P list equals sorting of your P list. And then print this one more time. So right here, let's use the age first, and then use names, and then use age again, okay? Okay. Let me also add the calculus in, okay? Because we want to see the sorting. It doesn't matter whether it's the same as the list or not. Okay? Any question?
Can I look at the hand sorting one again?
Hand sorting, actually, we already covered it last time. Hand sorting, we actually covered it last time when we do a list. Let me see a moment, okay? Last time we do sorting in this way, and I say that this is not the best performance one, but in terms of working one, this one is very easy to implement.
Okay.
Okay, one thing is that after class, you must work on the example by yourself, making sure you can rewrite it by yourself, okay? If you still refuse to do it, you are not going to learn it because the program is getting bigger, bigger, bigger. You have to work on the homework, and also you have to really work on it. Then your coding speed will increase. Otherwise, when things pile up, you will not be able to handle it. The complexity, the amount of knowledge that you need, everything, you will stay at a very low level and you are not going to move forward. Okay? The program itself is not that hard. It's actually just adding up all kind of knowledge we have teach you so far, but you need to be able to utilize them and also put them in a more systematic way. Breaking down into functions that can help you to do it. Do not put the function to be super huge. Also, each class just one responsibility, one purpose. Do not put stuff too many things in one class. Okay, that will make your program very difficult to debug, especially when your program get bigger and bigger every time. Okay? Any question?
Wait, but for the resubmit, we don't have to put it into different classes, right? Though.
Did you hear me?
Wait, but at the okay,
Did you
so
hear what I said?
yeah,
What did I say?
you said it's not good to put everything into one
Yeah,
class.
but it's not good to put everything in one class.
So for
Is the homework require you to put everything in one class? Do they
no.
say that? No. No. Why are you asking this question?
Okay.
You just ask for trouble. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
When there is some requirement you need to meet, you try to meet it. If it's not said and you think it's better, you just do the way you think it's better. Unless they say right here, you do say that you do sorting, but cannot use the comparative function, then you have to follow. Otherwise, you do whatever they want you to do. Okay? And I already told you that each class has one responsibility. You break down to more classes, that will be easier to debug. Just listen. What does it mean by listen? Listen means that you really have to listen to it and then understand it and then realize it. You can compare. I do not force you to take my approach. But when I say it, you have to really understand it, compare it. Your question is actually very bizarre. It's okay to ask questions, but actually it's very bizarre. I already told you a moment ago, just a minute ago. That question I can only say is very stupid, okay? Any other question?
No.
Okay, but need to rewrite them, okay? Rewrite them. Try not to copy my code. Try to rewrite them by yourself, okay? The purpose is for you to practice, not to actually not to get the things right or resubmit it. I don't care you resubmit or not. You don't submit, I just know that you don't know it. But if you provide fake input, something that are written by yourself, it's the same as you not submitting anything. Okay? Okay, try your best, okay? If you want to pick up, you have to do it. One practice, you will actually learn a lot, okay? Good night then, bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.